wait for the bus. Shama, you know it. I'm ready to go home and do the work. Wait on it. Say hi.
Yo, all I can say is, what is going on? What is happening to the world that we live in? Hey yo, thanks for tuning in to The Source, your source for celebrity news. Check this out, we got a whole lot to cover today, but before we get into it, I want to give a shout out and a quick happy birthday to Monica, who just turned 44. And I don't think that you can find a better way to wish somebody a happy birthday than to let J Hud sing happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Oh yeah, that's how you sing happy birthday. But while we're talking about the birthday song, let me ask you guys this. There's a guy on social media who asked an interesting question, and that is this. When did a group of black delegates sneak away to a secret constitutional convention, which I was not invited to, by the way, to vote on changing the birthday song? Watch this.
When did black people get together and change the birthday song? I missed the meeting.
I wanna say happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Yeah. I wanna say happy birthday to you. I wanna say happy birthday to you. Yeah. Now close your eyes and make that wish, think about it. And blow out your candle. Close your eyes and make that wish, think about it. And blow out your candle. Close your eyes and make that wish, think about it. And blow out your candle. Close your eyes, your candle. Close your eyes and make that wish. Let's go. Hey, hey. 1, 2, 3, go. Happy birthday, Max. Yeah, or to you, no play. You about to graduate and 2 steps away. Go ahead and dance. Go ahead and get it. Turn and twist that step. Please just don't spit it. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Listen, how did I miss the meeting? Cause I'm still over here singing happy birthday to Stevie Way. Listen, let me know in the comments. Are you singing happy birthday the new and improved way? Or are you still singing happy birthday the old way? Let me know down below. And while you're down there leaving a comment, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Now, check this out. Sometimes you gotta come in hot. And that is what I'm getting ready to do. By asking you to weigh in on a debate that's going on online. And that debate is this. Is there a difference between a wife and a girlfriend? Check this out.
What can a man get from a wife that he absolutely cannot get from a girlfriend?
Mentality, favor, vows, stability, emotional and spiritual oneness, the greatest commitment between a man and a woman, anointings, principle, morality. The list can go on, baby.
I think it's hard to follow that without saying some talk. True, women will give all that to a without that marriage and that ring still. And so a lot of men don't feel incentivized to go to that next level because I'm getting all those things that you just said
Can I ask you a
for
question?
free.
Most men don't say
that's the
they
game.
need.
What happens is you allow a man to put you on layaway and you give him full benefits of you right now. You allow that man to eat at your all-you-can-eat buffet and then you say pay later if you feel like it. How many men have left you better than when they found you and you left worse? Because you poured into that man and that man didn't have to pour into you. So what I'm saying is, what you said is correct, but it's something about when you introduce a man with swag that changes all that.
Now, after people saw that debate online, you know darn well that the comment section went bananas. And one person was like, favor from the Lord, because the Bible don't recognize girlfriends. And then somebody else was like, the questioner is definitely a side chick. She's way too excited. And then somebody else was like, you can't get covenant, favor, or anointing for having a girlfriend. That's reserved for when a man finds a wife. And then Misfit VI100 jumped into the comment section, and I'm telling you, she didn't come to play because she thumbed through her entire Bible before answering this question. And Misfit VI100 was like, 1. Covenantal blessing, Ephesians 5:31, a sacred union ordained by God. 2. Spiritual partnership, Ecclesiastes 4:9-12, strength and unity in Christ. 3. Godly offspring, Malachi 2:15, raising children within God's covenant. 4. Exclusive commitment, Hebrews 13:4, faithfulness blessed by God. 5. Sanctified intimacy, 1 Corinthians 7:2-3, physical oneness within marriage. 6. Lifelong companionship, Proverbs 18:22, a helper suitable for life. And then after that, she just dropped the mic and walked off like this. Alright, I'm gonna get serious. Alright, so to answer the question, there's a very big difference between a wife and a girlfriend. And a man gets a whole lot more from having a wife than he does from having a girlfriend. And I know, somebody's gonna come in the comment section like, Source, I've been with my man for like 20 years. I'm practically his wife. What are you talking about? Yeah, well, guess what? You still ain't getting his pension. Listen, you might disagree with me, but here's what I think about the whole situation. It's usually people who have never had a husband nor wife that believe that there's no difference between being someone's boyfriend or girlfriend and being someone's spouse. Or it's usually someone who's trying not to bite a cow, but still wants the milk. That's like, there's no difference. Marriage is just a piece of paper. However, despite what some of y'all may think, husbands and wives have financial, familial, legal, and spiritual fiduciary responsibilities to one another that boyfriends and girlfriends simply just don't have. Therefore, just based on that fact, there's an entirely different heft, weight, and covenant to the relationship. I mean, let's keep it real. A girlfriend is like playing in the Pee Wee leagues, but being a wife is like playing in the NFL. In other words, let me put it this way. A woman with no kids, who babysits kids 5 days a week, may understand and share some of the same duties and responsibilities as a mother, but being a mother and a babysitter just aren't the same thing. Similarly, wives and girlfriends are not the same thing. For example, Proverbs 18:22 says, "He who finds a wife finds himself a good thing and obtains favor from the Lord." It didn't say, "He who finds a girlfriend." But listen, I'm over here getting sidetracked. Let me bring it back full circle to the initial question, which was, what can a man get from a wife that he absolutely can't get from a girlfriend? And my answer to that would be a whole heck of a lot. But that's just me. Let me know what you guys think. What can a man get from a wife that he can't get from a girlfriend? Let me know in the comment section. But while we're talking about relationships, the other day the Neighborhood Talk posted a post that was originally posted by some dude named I Said What I Said, who put up a video of Whitney Houston looking at Mariah Carey like she was a dude who wanted to get that number. And under the video, I Said What I Said wrote, "Sissy Houston really robbed Whitney of a life where she could have experienced true love. I'll never forgive her." Source, can we please see this clip of Whitney Houston allegedly giving Mariah Carey the once over?
For some reason, everybody, I guess the guy had me like wearing a bra and stuff and like looking a little sexy, and the record company didn't like it.
Alright, so after people saw that clip, a whole bunch of people had something to say. And one person was like, so y'all think she was independent enough to do drugs but not attempt relations with a woman if she wanted to? I think that Whitney lived the life that she wanted. And then somebody else came through and was like, baby, she experienced true love. She had a husband and a girlfriend under one roof. You don't see the footage of her and Bobby? That love was true. And then after that, somebody else came through and was like, oh please, Whitney loved that Bobby and then dated the girl and Ray J. She loved who she wanted to. You know what I have to say about this? Sissy Houston knew her daughter better than you and me, right? And Whitney Houston knew her mother better than you and me. So, Whitney Houston and her mother can work out whatever issues that they had or have in the spirit, and we should let them rest in peace. Now, somebody who can't seem to get a little rest in peace while they're in the hospital is CardiB. Why? Because people keep calling CPS on her, and now they're saying that Offset did it. Check this out.
Y'all bringing cops, mad cop cars, and Child Protective Services to my gate. For Child Protective Services to come to my gated mansion at 11 p.m. while my children are sleeping because there's an anonymous call that my kids have been getting. Child Protective Services, supposedly they're gonna come in the morning, and I cannot wait because my mom is gonna curse them out the nasty way. You could play with me, but you can't play with that woman. My mom's gonna curse you out. And I swear to God, I'm gonna teach the lesson. First, y'all was sending pizzas to my house. Now y'all sending Child Protective Services. And I promise you, because if Child Protective Service don't give me this anonymous person, I'm gonna find out myself.
People think Offset's the one that called CPS on Cardi B. People think Offset is the petty person that called CPS on Cardi B. Lately, I have been seeing him doing some petty stuff, but I don't know how to feel about this when I heard it. But she says she's hiring a private investigator, so if it does come out that he is the one that called CPS, it's definitely going to be some problems in that household. But, you know, it's still sad to see that, you know, upon her being single and recently separated, that she's not going through this drama. Also, you know, she was in a hospital. So it seems like she's going through a lot. And it would really be nice if she had a good, strong partner by her side at this moment. This would really be a moment where a good partner would actually come into play. But do you believe this? Me personally, I think it's possible. You know, he's been doing a lot of petty stuff, but, you know, my question is, when does the line draw with him? So...
Listen, I highly doubt that Offset called CPS on Cardi B. But you know what I do think? I think that when some of these people who were on the internet were young, somebody should have called CPS on their parents. You know why? Because some of y'all play around too much, and some of y'all weren't raised right. And what you don't do is play around and call CPS on a mother unless you have a reason to call CPS on a mother. I mean, that right there is violation, and that is something that you never ever do. I mean, that right there is whack. And since some of y'all have absolutely no lives except to like troll people on the internet and send like CPS to people's houses, let me put this in a way that you can understand since you love social media so much. That right there is neither cutesy, mindful, nor demure. And for all you people who think that this is a funny prank, do y'all not understand that even if everything is on the up and up in Cardi's household, I mean everything, if they should so choose, CPS could snatch her kids out of the house and put them in a foster homes where they could potentially experience abuse, all because your sick ASS wanted to be amused. I mean, real talk, sometimes some of your slow A, sick behind, selfish mother cuffers just make me sick. I mean, I said it once and I'll say it again. Some of y'all are messed up in la cabeza. And also, there's something wrong with society because some of y'all don't understand boundaries. And just because that woman is a rapper does not mean that you can invade her privacy. And you know what else? I really do hope that Cardi does hire that detective and the detective finds out who made that phone call. And after they find out who made that phone call, I don't want Cardi to lay hands on him, but instead, I want Cardi to be like, okay, you want to play? You want to try to take my kids? Well, now, I'm getting ready to take you for everything that you own. And I hope that she sues them and takes them for their house, their car, the clothes off their back, their refrigerator, their Xbox, and their little cell phone. Because, like they say, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. But, since we brought up the well-being of kids, let me tell you what Donald Trump and Kamala Harris both said they would do with the Department of Education if they get elected. Check this out.
You want to raise teachers' pay across the country by $13,500 a year, which is a significant increase. Yep. The estimate is the price tag $315 billion over the next 10 years. Right. So where's the money going to come from?
It's simple. We need to, it basically, right now the rule is that only people within a state of in excess of $11 million pay estate tax. Well, multimillionaires can afford to pay more in terms of the estate tax, and so that's where it's going to come from. But I will also urge us, Wolf, to ask another question, and which is probably the first question that should be asked. What will be the return on the investment for doing this? And I will tell you, as we all know, the investment will be profound. Investing in the education of our children is one of the smartest investments we can make. And I am meeting teachers around our country who are working 2, sometimes 3 jobs. Over 90% of them are coming out of their own pocket to pay for school supplies. We are not paying our teachers their value. There are 2 groups of people who are raising our children. Parents, and it's grandparents and aunties and uncles, and it's our teachers. And we've got to recognize the benefit that we receive from their work, which is the work of really caring about children and caring about the future of our country.
All right, sounds good. But I'm also going to need to hear a little bit more from Kamala about how she plans to run the DOE. All right, so now, let's see what Trump has planned for our students and the Board of Education.
You know, in Washington, I don't know if you ever noticed us, you got Department of Education. You got half the buildings at Department of Education. I never saw, you don't need any of them. You know, I want one person and a secretary to just make sure they're teaching English, okay? No transgender, no operations. You know, they take your kid. There are some places, your boy leaves for school, comes back, a girl, okay? without parental consent. What is that all about? That's when they talk about a threat to democracy, they're a threat. At first, when I was told that was actually happening, I said, it's an exaggeration. No, it happens. It happens. There are areas where it happens. We're not going to let it happen.
Listen, let me tell you something, and this is real. If Donald Trump thinks that the whole entire board of education can be run by one secretary who's sitting behind a desk, then Donald Trump is more cracked out than this chick.
You know what time it is, man?
It's 7 o'clock on the dot. I need a crack rock on the spot.
Oh my goodness, let's hope that she got the help that she needs and she's no longer on the crack rock. Anyhow, as far as schools pulling a changeling.
On March 10th, my 9-year-old son, Walter Collins, disappeared. The 5-month investigation led to a boy being brought to Los Angeles from DeKalb, Illinois. They told me and all of you that this boy was my son. He was not my son. The LAPD made a mistake, and that is the reason for the supposed transformation.
Listen, let me know something, and this is very important. If you sent your son to school and you got back a daughter, can you please let me know in the comments? Because this right here is vital information. I mean, vital information that we all need to know. And I know somebody's gonna come in the comment section like, Sauce, see, this right here is why I can't stand you. Because you know darn well that Trump is talking about the over-liberalization of the educational system, turning all of these kids feathery. Well, if Donald Trump was so concerned about kids learning about the LGBTQ community and also learning about the transgender community, then why in the world did he go out and pick a VP pick that was running around talking about he was gay for a season and also running around these streets wearing drag? I'm just saying, legitimate question, legitimate question. Now, talking about legitimate questions, a whole bunch of people have been asking Nicki Minaj, why in the world is your nose so pointy? And now, Nicki has decided to answer the question that's been on everybody's mind. And Nicki says that her nose is not pointy because of cosmetic surgery. Her nose is pointy because her mama told her that she is part Native American. Watch this.
Hey guys, I hope no one went and altered their nose. Honey child, I have had what I called a pointy nose, with or without contour, with or without filter, since I was born. Okay? My mother told me 2 things about it. She said, I have a hump on my nose. She said it was a witch nose, and she said it was from my Indian side. But I'm still happy I left my nose alone. So I hope none of y'all went changing y'all nose, hoping or thinking that I changed mine.
Okay, so yeah, there are no words. There are absolutely no words. Anyhow, let me tell you this. Even though Nicki Minaj says that she doesn't use drugs, I gotta tell you, every time I hear Nicki speaking, it makes me feel like I'm using drugs. Anyhow, after Nicki dropped that video, a whole bunch of people came in the comment section, and one person was like, the fact that Nicki doesn't ever act normal annoys me. I watched her first documentary a long time ago, and she was so chill and normal, speaking in her normal day-to-day life and interview. I feel like she'd be stuck in a character. And then somebody else was like, I remember my uncle would talk in his baby voice after he done smoked up his whole paycheck. And then after that, somebody else came through and was like, talk regular, damn it. Now, one R&B singer who does know how to talk regular is Rihanna, because when she was asked whether or not Kendrick Lamar was the right pick for this year's halftime show, this is what Rihanna had to say.
Kendrick Lamar is the one that's supposed to do it right now. He's going to crush it. We should never doubt him. He's an amazing artist, top tier. He had an incredible year. He actually brought so many people together. It's to be celebrated. That's what culture is. He deserves it. I cannot wait to see it. Kendrick, thank you.
Now, after people heard Rihanna's comment about Kendrick Lamar, a whole bunch of people jumped in the comment section, and one person said, dropping this on Drake's birthday is nasty work, diabolical. And then somebody else was like, y'all thought she was gonna feel bad for Lil Wayne? Rihanna literally don't give a F. And then somebody else was like, Kendrick earned his flowers. I don't know why people act like they just discovered him after the Drake diss. He's been him for like a decade. And then after that, somebody else was like, Kendrick is legendary and deserving. Listen, you know what I love about Rihanna? After she said what she said unapologetically about Kendrick, she just dropped the mic, and you know, she walked off like this. Alright, I'ma stop with the memes. And now, last but not least, y'all know what time it is.
It's party time. Oh, it's party time. Having party. Come on.
And y'all know darn well, a party ain't a party till Diddy done ran all through it. So, let me share this last Diddy story with y'all. The other day, a woman named Sherry English went on the Digital Soapbox Network podcast. And while she was there, not only did she claim that she attended a Diddy party, but boy, was she naming names. Check this out.
Okay, so you were hired initially as a go-go dancer. Did you see any famous people at these parties?
Yeah, I mean, everybody was there. It was the elite of the elite. And the trip about it was that it was at his private residence. It wasn't at a club, a lounge, some type of, public, location. It was at his private house where he lived. When the party was over, he just woke up and did his normal thing. Like, his kids lived there and everything. So it was very exclusive, very elite. It wasn't open to the public. You couldn't win a ticket. It wasn't on the radio like they do now. Like, hey, win a ticket to the concert. You couldn't win a ticket. You had to be invited only or part of the staff. He would literally make an announcement, and then everybody that wasn't with the program, they would leave, say their goodbyes, and then everybody that was, they would just stay and literally, like, say he made the announcement at 2:45 a.m. By 3 a.m., all of a sudden, it was naked, it was on chains, niggas was, butt naked with white towels on, Ja Rule running around with his, flapper out, Diddy smacking him on the ass. I'm from Cali. I'm thinking this is how you do it when you're rich. This is how the East Coast do it. And when you're rich, you want it all. Like, everybody. So
who were some of the celebrities that he had you involved with?
I mean, everybody was there. I mean, I saw Mary J. Blige, and then he would give us cameras to go around the party to take and capture everybody. So, Mary J. Blige was there, Busta Rhymes was there. And when Mary J. Blige, she was still married to her ex-husband, he would be there with her. Jacob the Jeweler, he was there with his wife, Beyonce, Jay-Z, Kanye, Scott Storch, Reverend Al Sharpton, Judge Mathis, and Diana Ross. One time Diana Ross was just staring at me like this. Looking like a hella demon with hella cocaine right here. Allegedly.
So let me rewind real quick. You said Ja Rule was running around there getting smacked on the butt by Puffy.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I didn't think, but what I did think was weird though, was how the demons came out. I'm very spiritual and I'm of the light. Even when I'm in the strip club, I'm still trying to save a soul. You heard? Sometimes God will hide you in plain sight. So it would be weird because it was like their faces would change. It's like it's Puffy, but he looked like whatever his demon is in him now. So I was taken advantage of unconsciously, and they basically were bragging like, ha ha ha, that's the one we got.
So when you say you were taking advantage of unconsciously, I know they mentioned that Diddy was spiking people's drinks. Did you see that?
Not only did I see it, I partook in it, and I drank it and was instructed to drink out of only certain bottles. There was the girl champagne and the boys, drink. And the girl champagne, I mean, he pretty much, I don't even know why he even separated because, everybody pretty much got, drunk. I was saying that's not allegedly we did. The baby oil that they found, that's liquid ketamine. It's like horse tranquilizer mixed with ecstasy and muscle relaxers. Pretty much when you drink it, or you rub it in you and it absorbs into your skin, it pretty much takes over you and he can control you. I mean, literally he can tell you to go like somebody and you would do it. He can tell you to eat human flesh and you do it, and he's done that, and that's what he's been having people do. They do rituals, it's really satanic.
Listen, like I said, the plot just thickens. Now, I'm not a human lie detector, so I can't tell whether or not this chick is telling the truth or not. And also, all of that Newport Box 100 smoke wafting through the TV is throwing off my spidey senses. And part of me is like, maybe, and then part of me is like, maybe not. And, I'm not trying to be difficult, but I am being more critical as more and more allegations drop. Because what I don't want to happen is for like this whole Diddy thing to turn into like a Salem witch situation. You know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, one of the things that I'm having a hard time processing with this story is this. She said that one time when she was at a Diddy party, she saw Diana Ross with the cocaine in her nose, which means that she went to multiple Diddy parties. And if you went to multiple Diddy parties and you knew that Diddy was over there spiking the drinks, then why in the world would you drink the drink? I mean, it's one thing if Diddy's over there sneaking and you don't know that he put the vitamin Diddy in a drink. But if you know that he slipped the vitamin Diddy into the juice, then why in the world would you sip, drink, take a shot of, or gulp that down? Listen, let me know what you guys think about Sherry English's Diddy story. Do you think that Sherry English's story is incredibly credible? Or do you think, not so sure, sounds a little sus? Listen, I'm running short on time, so I'm not going to summarize all of the stories like I usually do. But y'all know the routine. Let me know what you think about all of these stories in the comments, and while you're down there leaving a comment, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel and share this video with your friends. Hey yo, thanks for tuning in to The Source, your source for celebrity news. Peace.